Hello, dreamers. Welcome to the Dream Stream. I am your host, Yiska Cook, and today we are having a dream group, another dream group, which is a great love of mine to work together projectively and to say, if it was my dream, I might say this. And then the dreamer has the opportunity to accept that or to reject it as it is their dream. So, but I wanted to tell you, so this is Saturday, and my old Center for Symbolic Studies dream group, led by Stephen Larson and his wife, Robin Larson, who's an artist. And I did that for maybe 20 years, maybe a little more. And it was meeting 2 times every month on Saturdays from 10 to 1, from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And we always had coffee. And there was a long while when we had bagels also, and that was really fun. And we didn't for a little while. I know when I led my dream groups, which I started doing in 2006, I did chocolate, coffee, tea, and like cashews or something like that. So it's always nice to have a little something as a welcoming to your guests. And I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the Center for Symbolic Studies Dream Group. We called it CSS Dream Group. It was filled with, let's see, I started a list. Artists and teachers and professors and therapists and a dancer and musicians, a radio host, and all types of different spiritualists. And like most groups in this day and age, it's mostly women, but of course, not of course, but gladly there were some men there as well. And that's what I wanted to share with you listeners. A couple of people who are going to come and be in this dream group today are from the Center for Symbolic Studies Dream Group Days. And I started there when I moved to Accord in the Hudson Valley. The first thing I asked my new neighbor is there a dream group going on? Because I had been doing dream work on my own for so long and reading everything I could find. And my neighbor said, probably Stephen Larson, I would imagine. So my little boy, my big boy now, he was only 9 months old then. And I went to Stephen Larson's and I had a meeting with him. And I said, oh, I would love to come to the dream group. And can I bring my son? And Stephen said, yes, you can come. No, you can't bring your son, which was fine. So that was when he was 9 months old. So now he's 22. And I had been doing dream groups at the Larsons ever since. It was, sitting at the feet of the master and having him reminisce about his life experiences and, his name dropping for auspicious people that he knows and is friendly with. And then of course, all the other participants. I just learned so much from everyone and it was fun. So that was what I loved to do. And I still don't see any dreamers come yet to our Zoom room dream stream. But I'll just tell you a little bit more about the Center for Symbolic Studies. So at the end of every dream group, we took like the last 5 minutes to write, or maybe it was more like 10 minutes, to write a spontaneous poem. And it could be about the group, or it could be about something I was thinking about in the morning on my ride there, or really it could be about anything or your own dreams. And then, it was always dreamer's choice, which is what my other dream teacher, Jeremy Taylor, always says. But we would go around in the circle and all speak our poems. And it was kind of a furthering gift of dream work to the dreamer. So I wrote some beautiful poetry. And seeing as it's just me and you, I will share one called Twilight. And this is from a dream. The sun crosses the sky. Earth rolls away from the sun. Like tulips opening and closing in day and dark, I open and close. Because she is so impersonal. Ama Dea Allah, the great mother, through her fire, she renews completely the garment world each night. I breathe in, she breathes out. I breathe in, she breathes out, grasping the copper vessel from my hand, like a shadow fox slipping between sand and the smell of spilt ceremony tea. She is the queen in the field, lighting the altar candle. A yellow warbler flies to the temple window, leading the call and response. A stone heart lies hidden in the soft moss, growing stars and florets and clover. The blue expansive sky, the color of light, the illuminating, deeply familiar dream of the black spider. In this place, in a velvet chair, in her infernal grace, the wakeful world has presence. I sit in her doorway, the mouth covered with leaves. Trees in the wind creak like an opening door. And what was really cool is that after I wrote that, I thought, okay, this is probably going to be a spider who, numinously comes into my life. And shortly thereafter, my older son's dad and my younger son's dad were over my house, and they were looking down on the step, and there was a big, I'm going to show you how big, a big spider. And Ruben said, "What is that, fake?" And he went to pick it up, and it moved, and he kind of jumped back. And then Lance was also fearful. I don't know if he was fearful, but freaked out by the spider. So I had to go and get a Tupperware and a hard piece of board to slip under, bring it outside, and then I let it go in my garden, which is probably not the best choice of places to let it go. But so I don't know, where are the dreamers? 105. This is why I stopped doing dream groups at my home. It's because I felt like I would make tea and I would make coffee and get everything set up and prepare, clean, and be there. And then when people just weren't prioritizing dream groups, it's tough, because there's been an economic downturn for some years, if you don't remember, way before the coronavirus. So people would have to choose, but I have $10. Do I want to spend it on chanting workshop? Do I want to spend it on dream group or dancing? It was a time for specialization. And still nobody's here. Well, what else can I tell you about? I hope it's interesting. So Stephen Larson is my first and foremost dream group teacher. And as I said, it was like sitting at the feet of the master. And then I started, as I said, in 2006, having dream groups. And at first I felt like I had to provide the wisdom or the parallels or something. And I didn't feel right about that. I didn't feel that was accurate. And so I had read a book, I can't remember her name, I'll have to follow up with that. And written by a woman dream worker, and those are few and far between. And she said she had dream sharing circles. So that's everyone come together and share a dream that you've had, and everyone else will witness you sharing your dream. And then, we used to go around maybe one time with a projection, an idea that could help the dreamer. So then I did that, the dream sharing circle. I'm not sure how I'll do it. Ooh, it still says one participant. Oh, 2 people are waiting. Okay. Admit all. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Alice. You have to put your audio on. Oh, good. Carla's here. Hi, Carla. Carla, you have to put your audio on.
Okay, is that working?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've just been chatting about the wonderful dream groups. So I met Dr. Carla Mazzio at the Center for Symbolic Studies Dream Group. So maybe 15 years ago, 18 years ago. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I think it's like 20 years ago.
Okay.
I just closed this window. All right, sorry.
That's okay. Hello,
okay.
Alice.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
So nice to see you. How are you holding up?
We're doing okay here.
Yeah, yes. And so Julian, obviously, is he? No, he goes to college now or not yet? How old?
No, not yet. He's a junior.
Okay. Oh, it's my nephew.
In high school. So
Okay.
next year will be his senior year.
Does he have to miss his prom too?
Yeah, he did.
These are,
and lots of all kinds of activities for kids are so disappointing, But worse than that is school kind of went belly up. So Poughkeepsie Day School closed on him just before lockdown.
Oh,
so that's been very traumatic for him. Yeah.
Oh.
So he doesn't even really have that to go back to, even, you know what I mean? So
all together?
It's
I'm sorry, Alice. Do you mean there will be no more Poughkeepsie Day School, or you mean they?
Well, there's a group of parents who are fighting to keep it going, so hopefully they'll succeed, but it doesn't look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It changes.
Yeah. Well,
so,
new things.
I'm just looking to see if there's anyone else who's come to the group, and I don't see that. I'm hoping Zoom will show me. But so let's just jump in, Alice. I know you said that you had a dream that you wanted to share. And
yeah. I did, which was it's a couple of days ago now. And I think some of the symbolism is, but I dreamed that I was living in a house in Maine, kind of with my family, but I'm not quite sure who all was there. But I'm in a bedroom, and there's like a porthole in the roof of the bedroom. And all of a sudden, there's a baby bear there. And the porthole's too small for the baby bear to come through. So I kind of pet the face of the baby bear. I mean, not like where his teeth are, but just the side of his head. And I'm like, oh, no, this is not a good idea. Okay, baby bear, no, not a good idea. Okay, so I leave the bedroom, and then when I go back in the bedroom, the whole door of the bedroom comes off, comes off the frame. And not only is the baby bear in the bedroom, but so is its mother. There's this huge bear in the bedroom.
Uh-oh.
and I can't even close the door on them because I'm holding the door. So it's like, mom bear has, and
wow.
Right, and then somehow I go down to another level of the house, and I guess I'm trying to tell people that there's this bear in the house, and I don't know how well that's going, and I don't know really what kind of happens if the bear kind of wanders around the house or what exactly happens. But then the next point, I guess I'm outside the house walking down the driveway, and the neighbors are a little mean, sort of, like it's kind of like a real, even though it's in the woods and so forth, and I'm, it's, there's something not right about the neighbors, And that's it. That's all I remember. But the main thing about
Wow.
the dream was having this mother bear and cub suddenly
Just extraordinary.
transport through this porthole.
So now that is what I consider a numinous dream, where there's something supernatural or spiritual coming through.
Yeah.
So can we start with questions? So Carla is a psychologist. She's an awesome dream worker and guide. So that'll be great to have her here asking questions too. So my first question is, what is your relationship with bear?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think, okay. In all my years when I lived in Gardner, okay, I never saw a bear. But then kind of toward the end, in the same summer, we saw a bear twice. And it was kind of a strange thing where my son has a friend whose grandfather was a pilot and was giving lessons to his son, who's the best friend of my son, with a teacher, lessons in flying. And I let him go up with the teacher and his friend Sebi, who was kind of learning. And so it was kind of scary to have my son go up in this little airplane, you know what I mean? But,
I had to do that too.
Right.
And Leon was younger.
And so I was driving and there was this huge bear. And it was, even being in the car, it was scary, and it stood up, and looked at us, and I was like, my kid is in the air flying an airplane. There's this bear. What does that mean, And even and then I saw him again, I think maybe toward the end of the summer on the other end of the road. Maybe it was a different bear, but again, it's sort of a big bear. And
the black bear?
It was scary to see the bear, but I felt like, well, what kind of mama bear thing is this? You know what I mean? My kid's in an airplane in the air. And I'm feeling so shaky about it. But,
I love it.
I gotta let them fly. Anyway.
Wow.
That wasn't too long-winded. I'm sorry.
No, that's amazing. I'm gonna jump. I always see this because dreams are like Velcro. Stephen Larson used to say this. Carla, do you remember? He would say, "Dreams are like Velcros. As soon as you start, you can't let it go. You just." So I was trying to do this systematically. Well, maybe I will. Okay, I'll continue. So let's do a reality check. So what in that dream is from waking life? Yes.
Fear, trying to protect.
Yes.
But somehow, maybe in some ways I feel like if Mother Nature is attacking us or something, I mean, this mama, it's like this mama bear was fearsome to me. I couldn't protect from the bear that came in, something teeny that it shouldn't have been able to get in. On the other hand, I'm also the mama bear trying to protect. So it's kind of confusing what the mother bear means. Is it me, or is it the threat that is attacking my motherhood? So
I'm gonna say again, all out of order. Projection. No, this is not. In my projection, the mama bear is coming to show me my power. And that's in my waking dream as well as my sleeping dream. When my son is flying and she gets up on her hind legs, which is truly awesome. I've never seen that, nothing like it. And I think she was there in my projection to show me my strength. Yes, I can let my son go up there. I am, mama bear, rah, my projection. And then similarly in the dream, and I think the fact that mama bear is there with her cub, similarly, if it was my dream, I would just feel like she's showing me I can protect us. She is me. I am her in my projection, and she's showing me, yeah, I can protect us. I'm fierce. Though nobody might believe me that there's a bear in my bedroom.
I think you raised some good questions, as far as being right, the mother bear, or being able or feeling able to protect your son during this time, the changes, you mentioned the school closing,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot to adapt and adjust to. And then I see the flight. So there is this space, there's the plane you're association, which happened in real life, and then in the dream, the portal. So I almost see the two similar in this, that unknown space where something can happen and just suddenly occur, and it is threatening and scary
Mhm.
and
You had-
precarious at
sorry.
times. So you're holding the door. You know, what do I do? What do I do with this door? Do I close it? Do I open it? What do I do with this door?
Wow. Right. It's unknown possibility, you know.
What was the feeling for you when you woke up?
Well, it was kind of one of those dreams where I woke up like early in the morning, and I got up, and I was in a terrible mood. I wasn't feeling that well,
Oh, okay.
and I went back to sleep. So sometimes I have a more vivid dream then, and more of a, I guess, a kind of an astral dream or whatever. So by the time I woke up then, I felt better.
Mm.
But it was scary, you know, and the door was kind of like, it was something that should have protected me, but that didn't. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yes.
I can't even close the door on this bear.
Is there a door to your subconscious that is being thrown open?
Well, I just feel like, and probably I share this with so many people right now, we don't feel terribly in control of our lives. And so the door was something that I should have been able to control, and it offered nothing. It broke, and I was just holding it. It wasn't going to protect me from this big bear. I wasn't able to contain the bear.
And the portal, was the portal still open?
Yes, I guess so. It was kind of like a porthole-like window, and neither bear should have been able to make it through. Like when I petted the bear, I didn't think he could possibly even make his way in. And so I was able to talk gently to him, but then they did, and the mother too, somehow got through that teeny hole. And I guess maybe some of that's like fears of, you know, coronavirus being so, you know, I mean,
yeah, so
wiped out on groceries, and it can get in.
You had said,
Yeah,
you know, she's fierce. She's like of nature, and yeah, nature can be very fierce.
And it went from being a pleasant moment, right, to petting the bear, the surprise, like, oh, this is pleasant, to then scary.
it went from, you know, my gentle nature as a mother, like being soothing to the bear and talking, saying, no, not a good idea, you know, like I would to like a toddler or something, to being something just so out of my control.
Yes.
You know, and truly scary. I had no idea this could get in. Yeah, it could be sort of how I've been feeling, you know, about, you know, that bubble of safety we've lived in so much in the West, and then all of a sudden it's been burst, kind of, you know, like, oh no, these things can happen that are, so that's kind of my I mean,
sure.
Yeah, everything is blown open. Really, it's changed overnight. It's just such a bizarre time we live in.
It's blown off the hinges.
Yeah, it really has. Many holes.
I also have a friend who has moved to Maine, and she had texted me, and I guess she had originally thought she was telling people, oh, come, we don't have any cases here, come to Maine and you'll be safe. And then of course it, you know, it traveled to Maine too.
Okay.
So maybe there was that feeling of, oh, I'm safe. Oh, I'm not.
There's nowhere. It's nowhere on the globe.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
But on the other hand, yeah, it is that powerful image, and it is the image of the mother, you know, whether it's my motherhood or the motherhood of the nature, or, you know.
Yes. Yeah, it's a powerful totem, the bear.
Yes, it surely is. Yeah, well, let's talk about that. But then I wanted to say something about the baby aspect of the baby bear. But bear, so Carla, what do you associate with bear?
With bear? I've encountered many bear in the woods. I'm an avid hiker and walker, and And I passed actually a mother and 2 cubs on one of my, well,
I think you told me this.
and never ever had a problem. I've
Right.
taken many pictures of bear outside my door. I do have a problem that I'm breaking about feeding birds. I like feeding birds, and it does attract bear. And
Okay.
I'm on a walkway of the bear. It's part of their what do you call it? Migration path.
Their path.
The
Yeah.
path
That's
in the
cool.
woods, in the mountains. So and when I was out in California, I camped with my boyfriend at the time. We woke up and there was a bear in the camp. So I've had multiple encounters outside by my garden.
Yes.
Um, I've never had a problem. Fortunately, I'm trying to coexist. I also have, I think, a healthy fear. I'm not,
Yes.
going to cross that line. Although sometimes in my little fantasy head, I, feel a little safer than probably I should. But
Okay.
I do respect, like in the ocean tide. I'm not going to go in when it's, um,
Sure.
hurricane. Although I go right to the edge, and I have swum after a hurricane.
I push the limits.
I push those limits sometimes. I absolutely do.
But Alice seems to me that, kind of empathetic, compassionate, gentle, feminine. I think that if she were to meet a bear, like you've met many, even with its cubs, it would be no threat.
I
Similarly.
pretended it was winter, and I had very beige, I looked like a deer with this color jacket. And so I was in my own little world, um, found some art objects on the ground or things I would make into art. And so we just passed each other, and I saw the cub first and the young one. And we just had an understanding that we're living together
Yes. I think
safely.
you said
But now that
coexisting.
yes, trying to coexist. But now that I have a dog, everything has changed
Sure.
because the bear has tried to come back and, will visit, and the dog will scare it away. And so that
Yeah.
the dog now incites the situation.
Sure.
So and I feel a loss with my relationship with the wild.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. What I want to say about the baby bear and coming from the portal that's in my roof is that often in dreams, dreams can reflect the body. So if I'm in the basement, that's my subconscious or my unconscious. And if I'm up in the attic or on the roof, then I'm thinking my higher self. And the fact that there's a little baby bear. So if I dream about a baby, or if anyone shares a dream with me about a baby, I feel like something new, a new birth of something for that person. There's something new that's emerging. Emerging, that's very symbolic of birth, but doesn't have to be being born, just the symbolism of a baby. And so baby bear, like, I don't know, are you working on any projects, Alice, that you're trying to get going?
Oh.
Get off the ground?
Well, yeah, sort of, kind of.
Wonderful. No, dreamer's choice. You don't have to share that.
Oh, well, I guess so. I guess I sort of feel very, but I feel a lot of powerless around that a little bit.
Okay.
Like I sort of have these goals and I don't meet them. And I think that it's one thing I've had to sort of absorb a lot of people kind of saying, you got to be really easy with yourself these days, and don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to get all kinds of things done, and things they're getting easier than they were like, a week or so ago. But yeah, so there's the projects that I don't quite feel adequate around. So really, mainly I managed cooking. That's
That's
it.
pretty great, Alice. That's way amazing. Wonderful.
So it sounds like the right. So the little bear that you went to touch is that maybe that vulnerable part, who needs or is looking for some, or whose mother is so close by, right? So maybe as you said, these aspects of yourself. But what else does a bear mean to you?
Well, motherhood, power, nature.
Yes.
I guess mainly it's a mother symbol.
Okay. Are you
and also that fierceness, that a mother would have for her cub. I've certainly felt that in pregnancy. And obviously other times in my motherhood. Are
you being fierce towards yourself?
Well, I think given the time that we're in, I think it was definitely a feeling about wanting to protect. Because a mother bear will protect her cub. That's my, as you said, you've had the other experience of walking by them and it's been fine. But I guess my training has always been that's when mothers are fiercest, and truly even with cats, you can see that. I mean, I used cats growing up that would have babies on my farm or whatever. I mean, they would just chase and beat the dog up, when they had their babies, it changed their behavior.
Yes.
So that's my association, is just the extreme protectiveness of the mother.
Are you feeling fierce?
No, I'm feeling a little like my gentle approach was silly almost, feeling a little, almost like it gave me a feeling of shame about that, sort of, that my response, which I thought was adequate, like, this is a terrible association, but I think I read one time about, a child that was mauled by a bear, and there was the bear, and she just tried to sort of Walt Disney it and pet it and say, "Hi, bear," and she got mauled. So I guess there was that feeling too, that somehow my approach was inadequate. I don't know. I mean, I don't need to do all my inadequate stuff, but I think we just feel like there's powers that are larger than us right now,
Yes. I think I would, because we will ask in a moment, how can I honor the stream? And I think for me.
And what would you title it?
Oh, and then that one as well. For me, I would, what'd you say, Alice?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was breaking up.
Oh, for me, I think I want pictures of mama bears standing on their hind legs, in those books behind you. I want to open the books randomly and just stick the pictures in. I want to find those pictures everywhere I look to remind me of my incredible strength.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, I just sort of caught myself doing this, teasing through all the, the lesser feelings, inadequacy and this and all that. But I think for the most part, it felt like a strong symbol.
Yes. And the bear is known as like the medicine woman figure, because bear knows all the roots that it can eat and which berries it can eat, and it knows all about the woods. It probably knows about the mushrooms, Carla, as well.
Yeah.
Sure. And so that's also a really intriguing aspect of bear.
I love what you said about coming through the stack to the porthole being from the spiritual self in a way. I feel like that there's some real truth to that. And there's also an association. My child has always loved to do flips on skis and aerials and climb high in trees, and he's just very, he's all about the sky.
Great.
So.
Nice. He's fearless.
He's fearless, but he also just loves being
the height.
He wants to fly.
Yeah. What would you call the dream?
Ooh. Oh gee, I don't know. Brown bear, brown bear. I don't know. No.
No, I love that. Brown bear, brown bear.
Oh no, I was being silly with that.
Perfect.
That's from the child book. No, so something with. I mean, it was kind of magical how the bears got through the porthole
Yes.
Mm.
and into the home. You know.
I figured
I'm
she
stuck.
just
I'm sorry.
tore
I don't know
the,
what to say.
You
I
can think
figured she
about it.
tore the door off, you know,
Bears through the window. I guess.
bears to the window. I love it. So, how can you honor the stream?
Well, I guess making friends with the bear was okay in the context where I thought it was okay. But the
Not-
power of
not
the
closer
bear
to
is
the mouth.
greater than that. So I need to back up and respect the power of the bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Do you write? Are you a writer, Alice?
yeah, I like to write.
If it was my dream, because I also love to write, I might want to just journal about it. And that's to learn the lessons from it more. You know, we talked about big dreams in my last dream stream last group, and I shared a dream that was not a big dream. But if that was my dream, I would consider that a big dream. That would be a big dream for me.
I just had one more thought, which is that the window was round. Like there has to be, maybe there's something about that sort of sun or moon or something, you know, it's
Yes.
or the earth or something about the orb shape is important, I think.
And I was thinking, you had said porthole, like around, so like on a ship, I was thinking, but then Carla was saying portal, and I was just holding it as both of those things, you know.
Yeah, right. Me too.
And maybe sorry, it was turkey vulture. And maybe look at your connection with Mother Earth right now.
Right.
Because there is that the other plane of existence, and something else, maybe to ask for more information of what it represents.
Right.
Because it does seem pretty powerful. The imagery is extremely powerful.
Very
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was a powerful dream. It certainly was.
Yes. And I always love to ask exactly what you're saying, Carla, for a dream to further my understanding of that. You know, I like to keep the dream stream going.
Keep working it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Thank you. That was great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing.
So it's been a half hour. We could either end now, or Carla, you might
I would
want to
pause
share.
just because I noticed my battery may be
Oh.
going soon, and I know
This happens to you.
it's too often on this laptop. They're built-in batteries, and so they don't last as long as they used to.
Maybe you need to buy a new one.
Well, it's built into the computer.
You could probably take it out.
I think it's not removable.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
I don't know. But thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Alice, for
Thank you.
sharing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for your insights.
Carla.
It was really wonderful.
Thank you.
So until we meet again. I don't think I want to say that anymore. This will be episode 48. And for 48 episodes I've said that.
Yes, you can say something else.
I know I want to say something else.
Okay.
Sweet dreams. What do you think? Dream on. Dream on. That sounds like you don't have a chance. Dream on.
Until your dreams come true. I was thinking
Dream until your dreams come true. I love it. Okay, listeners. Dream until
Royal Road.
Or
except the bear attacking you. And you don't want that true one.
I know, I'm always careful about sayings like that. Okay, ciao.
All right. Thank you, Jessica.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.